Welcome back everyone to another episode of Vegetarian Cooking with JJ. I hope you've all been keeping well and enjoying all the recipes I've been sharing. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can make a veganized version of a shepherd's pie, or cottage pie as some like to call it. You may wonder, is this dish an English or an Irish dish? Or maybe it's just a popular dish throughout the UK altogether. If you search online, you'll notice that there's no real absolute conclusion. In the 13th century, the Norman invasion took place of Ireland, and there was a strained union between the Irish and the English. This lasted about 800 years, but if you ask some, they will tell you that hostility and bad blood still remains. In 1589, Sir Walter Raleigh brought the potato to Ireland, and since it was so affordable, the Irish people incorporated it into their regular diets, and from there it became a staple. For a great deal of time, the Irish lived in poverty, and they commonly lived in cottages. In the 18th century in particular, it was common for them to use leftovers such as mashed potatoes or leftovers from a roast, and they would incorporate it into a completely different meal, which became known as the cottage pie. So the potato acted as the crust and the leftover roast below would be underneath. It wasn't until the mid-19th century that the term shepherd's pie came about, and it's not surprising that this name was associated with the actual shepherds, except the shepherds themselves weren't in this pie. In this meal, no animals are used, so we have a cruelty-free meal that is delicious. This is the delicious vegan shepherd's pie we're going to be making today. Bring a pot of water to a boil. Put a bit of salt, and we'll just put our potatoes in. Here we have our can of jackfruit. I'm going to rinse it, drain it, and extract any extra water as well. This is what the jackfruit looks like in the can. And after we rinse it and drain it, I'll be pulling it apart, and you'll see how it has that kind of meaty consistency. Here are jackfruit pieces. I'm just going to put them in this bowl. And we're just going to break the pieces apart. Even the core part is going to be soft enough to work with, so if you're concerned about that, there's no need to worry. Of course, you're always welcome to use the veggie ground round if you prefer. The canned jackfruit is very cheap anyway. I get it at No Frills, and I think that's about broken up enough. So I have some corn I'm going to use because this is what I have. Just say you roasted a bunch of corn and you have some leftover, you can use that. Or if you're just keeping things simple, you can use the frozen corn. You can use the mix of veggies if you like, the frozen corn, peas, and carrots, whatever you like. Anyway, I'm just going to slice off our corn ears. Just slice off our corn ears. Oop. Okay, I need to... Uh-oh, I'm making a big mess. Okay, there we go. That's better. Don't have a huge countertop here, so it's to be more careful. We'll put the flat part downwards, then we can slice off the other edges. I have a red pepper here. I'm just going to dice it into smaller pieces. Did you know that one person who goes vegan can save 219,000 gallons of water per year alone? One of the leading causes of lake and river pollution and contaminants is actually runoff water from livestock grazing and also the runoff from the waste. The groundwater becomes infected with a plethora of viruses and bacteria. The meat industry is directly responsible for 85% of all soil erosion in the US. The meat industry is responsible for more greenhouse gases than all the world's transportation systems combined. If the environment is something that concerns you and you would like to live on average 7 to 12 years longer, then reducing your meat intake gradually will make a big difference. Even if you just start off with taking out one day, the meatless Monday, and then going from there little by little, getting used to the plant-based diet. Nowadays, it's so easy to transition into the plant-based diet because there's so many great alternatives out there to help you transition, and there's an abundance of recipes online. And that's part of the reason why I'm sharing these recipes, to help you see how easy and how creative you can be in the kitchen and have fun with it and enjoy some delicious food, and it won't feel like a sacrifice because in the end you'll feel much better. Your body will feel much lighter, much more energetic overall. You will feel much better about yourself, about your health, about your body, about helping the planet, about being mindful of the sentient beings that you're saving and the environment on a whole and the greater good. Here we are back to chopping our onion. I'm using a red onion, but you're welcome to use a yellow onion if you wish. Now on to chopping our carrots. I just had a few baby carrots left over, so I decided to make use of them. I'm gonna drain our potatoes and mash them up with our stuff. What stuff? Watch and see. I'm just gonna add in the vegan butter. There's only a little bit left, so what I'm doing is using the vegan sour cream as well. Okay, there's not too much of the vegan butter here. The Earth Island vegan sour cream. And I'm going to pour in our Farm Boy vegan cheddar too. And just mash it all up. I'll see you on the flip side. I'm adding some plant-based milk, a splash here and a splash there, and a little bit of salt, pepper, and since I used the smaller potatoes, I just kept the skins on. Of course, I checked for any eyes that I had to gouge out. Yeah, with the bigger potatoes like russet potatoes, you want to make sure you take the skins off, of course. So it's going to be more rustic looking with the skins in this dish here. But it's still going to be delicious. That's the main thing. So I'll just put some oil in the pan. Just add our carrots and onions. Now that the onion is fragrant in the pan, I'm going to add in the jackfruit. I'm going to add our corn and red pepper. Here we go. Okay, so we're going to add some dried parsley. I'm going to add some dried thyme, dried rosemary, since garlic is a hot commodity in here, I ran out of garlic without even realizing, so some garlic powder here. So we're going to add some veggie stock to deglaze things here. We're going to add 1 tablespoon of tomato paste and another tablespoon of tomato paste. Now I can use this. I'm going to be double dipping. Ugh, I still need something to get this out. Stir it nicely. Okay, I need some more veggie stock here. There we go. Add some salt. Add some pepper. We've lowered our heat here because it's boiling away. So. And our vegan Worcestershire sauce. Vegan Worcestershire sauce. There we go. Don't overdo it. I'm talking to myself. No, I'm talking to you too. Okay. Okay. Now this is looking pretty thick as it is, so I don't think we need flour or cornstarch to thicken it. The recipe I was referring to called for some flour to thicken it. Like you can make it more saucy and thicken it. And like I'll add some more veg stock. Let me give it a taste. I'm gonna make the mash. Hot. Hot. Hot, hot, hot. Now it's time for the fun part, the assembly. So let's get to it. This is easy. By the way, use a low sodium veggie stock. All the other stuff is good enough. You don't need the extra salt. Ooh. Oh no, don't make a mess. I'll try not to. An easy casserole, only 2 layers. Unlike the moussaka, there's more than 1 layer. Shepherd's pie. And we'll put our potatoes on top. And it's up to you if you want to add bechamel. This is just a small portion. Of course, you can always make as much as you want, depending on how many people you're serving. Okay. Come on. That's all good. You just smooth it around. Gentle but firm. You don't have to be like He-Man. You can just gently push it down and smooth it around. Some people like to pipe on their mashed potatoes if you want to be fancy. I'm gonna just brush on some olive oil on top, just so to keep some moisture on top. Now it's time to put it in the oven. It will be in the oven for 25 to 30 minutes. Now I get to try it. Here we go. Very nice. It's a pretty simple dish to make, and it's delicious as well. So if you like this recipe, if you like this video in any way, shape, or form, remember to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to my channel. I'll be sharing a new recipe every Monday, so stay tuned. Thank you for watching, and thank you for your support. Bon appetit! 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 Have fun! Happy cooking! Enjoy eating! Bye for now!